talk about silence, not as the absence of sound, but as the presence of strength, not as inaction, but as purpose. This is about learning to stay quiet in a world that demands noise, to hold back in a world that tells you to let go, and to become a force of resilience when they expect you to be another follower. There are 3 essential forms of silence you must master if you want to break free. The first is strategic silence, the art of saying nothing, no matter how loud the world screams for your response. The person who can hold their tongue, who can let their actions speak louder than their words, wields an invisible edge. In negotiations, in relationships, and in battles, the quiet observer holds the reins. Every time you resist the impulse to speak, to argue, to justify yourself, you gain strength, you gain clarity. Let them chatter, let them reveal their hands, while you remain an enigma. Then there's observational silence. It's about truly listening, absorbing everything around you without distraction. Most people hear only to respond, never to understand. They miss the nuances, the silent clues, the flickers of insight. But if you learn to watch and listen, truly listen, you'll find power in what others overlook. There's something unbreakable in being the one who gathers, who learns, who stands apart in understanding. While the world rattles on, make it your mission to master the art of presence, of depth. Observe without being seen, listen without needing to respond, and understand without needing approval. Finally, there's internal silence, the most powerful silence of all. This is where the true transformation happens. In the silence of your own mind, you learn to tune out the voices that whisper doubt, fear, and insecurity. The mind is a battlefield filled with whispers that urge you to give up, to doubt, to fear. Silence those voices. Create a space within where you are untouchable, where your focus is razor sharp, and where doubt cannot penetrate. And if you're wondering how to cultivate this silence, start small. Choose a few minutes every morning to just be, with no distractions, no noise, no screens. Build a fortress of silence within you, a place where no one and nothing can touch you. This is your foundation, your strength, the place you return to when the world becomes too loud. Remember, silence is not emptiness, it's presence. And while others chase validation, fill the void with empty words, you'll stand strong, resolute, and unshakable. Every word you hold back, every thought you contain, strengthens you. Your silence becomes your armor, your path, and your power. Embrace it. Because in the end, it's not the noise that changes the world. It's the silent force that stands strong against it. Working in silence is one of the greatest strengths you can wield in a world desperate for attention. While others boast, broadcast, and constantly seek validation, you find the power in doing the work quietly. Silence in your work not only builds resilience, but creates a foundation so steady that no setback, no doubt, no outside opinion can shake you. When you work in silence, your focus becomes unbreakable. You're no longer pulled into the superficial noise that distracts so many. You're not working to impress. You're working to progress. You aren't feeding the hunger for applause. You're feeding the fire of your own purpose. And because of that, your results speak louder than any words ever could. Silence also gives you an edge that others overlook. While they seek instant recognition, you're quietly stacking up achievements, layer upon layer. Imagine a mountain climber who, instead of broadcasting each step, simply scales the heights in silence. When they finally reach the summit, it's undeniable. They're unstoppable because they focused on the journey, not the audience. That's the power of silent work. You don't announce your moves, you simply make them. And by the time people notice, your success is already undeniable. Working in silence also builds a rare kind of strength. Every obstacle becomes a private battle you fight and conquer on your own terms. When setbacks arise, there's no one to please, no one to explain your struggles to. Instead, you face them with the same silent resolve that's become second nature. You learn not to rely on external validation or reassurance. This self-reliance becomes a fortress, a place where you sharpen your mind and fortify your purpose, immune to outside influence. And let's talk about energy. The energy you save by not explaining, justifying, or showcasing yourself is energy you can reinvest in the work itself. Every word you hold back, every urge to show off that you resist, adds fuel to your focus, to the task at hand. This creates momentum, and soon, every step forward becomes easier. Your progress becomes inevitable. You're not sidetracked by the highs and lows of public opinion. Instead, you're driven by something far more enduring, your own commitment. There's also a strategic advantage in keeping your goals, your plans, and your moves to yourself. Silence breeds an air of mystery, and mystery is powerful. People don't know what you're planning, what you're capable of, or how far you'll go. They're left guessing, wondering, and that gives you control. In a world where everyone's moves are on display, your silence is a tactical advantage. It keeps others on edge, uncertain about your next move, while you remain focused, undisturbed. Ultimately, working in silence turns success into something meaningful and personal. When you reach your goals, you'll know they were earned, not handed to you by fleeting applause. You'll know that every inch of progress was carved out by your own hands, fueled by your own silent drive. It's the kind of success that no one can take away, because it wasn't given by anyone but yourself. In silence, you discover your true strength. You're not swayed by opinions, you're not feeding on validation, and you're not here for show. You're here to build, to grow, and to conquer, quietly, powerfully, and unbreakably. So let others make noise. Let them seek the spotlight. While they're distracted by attention, you're focused on transformation. In the end, it's the silent workers who create legacies, the quiet ones who rise unshakable, and the ones who don't need the world to hear them, because they know the world will feel their impact. When you commit to working in silence, you're not just creating results, you're forging an identity. Silence in the pursuit of your goals becomes more than just a tactic. It becomes who you are. A quiet strength builds up within you, one that doesn't waver under pressure, one that grows sharper with every challenge you overcome. You're no longer defined by the world's judgments or expectations. You're defined by the discipline of holding your vision, staying resilient, and letting your achievements speak on your behalf. Working in silence teaches you patience. In a world obsessed with speed, instant success, and shortcuts, your quiet dedication makes you stand out. You understand that anything worth having demands time, effort, and persistence. As others race to be noticed, you're building something that will stand the test of time. You're not here to burn bright and fade. You're here to build an unshakable foundation. Each silent step forward reinforces your strength, your resilience, and your commitment. There's a unique confidence that comes from this way of working. You know what you're capable of without needing to declare it. It's a confidence that doesn't depend on praise or recognition because it's rooted in self-assurance. When you know who you are and what you're doing, you don't need applause. You don't seek approval. You're building from the inside out, grounded and focused, knowing that no one can disrupt what you've created within yourself. Silence also makes you adaptable. While others are bogged down by what they've declared to the world, you're free to evolve, to pivot, to adjust. without anyone watching. In silence, you have the freedom to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow without judgment. You're not bound to past words or declarations because you never needed them in the first place. This adaptability becomes your greatest asset, allowing you to take advantage of opportunities as they arise, to move quickly, and to adjust your course without hesitation. And then, there's the power of the reveal. After months or years of quiet work, when you finally let the world see what you've accomplished, the impact is undeniable. The surprise, the realization of just how much you've achieved, speaks louder than any words ever could. In that moment, you don't just impress others, you inspire them. You become a testament to the power of persistence, the power of discipline, and the power of silence. This kind of impact is lasting. It's not a flash in the pan, a fleeting moment of recognition. It's a legacy. People remember those who work quietly and deliver profoundly because they understand the strength it takes to hold back, to stay focused, and to let results do the talking. Your silence becomes a statement of its own, a mark of unwavering dedication and unyielding strength. So, embrace the quiet. Let it fuel your work, your progress, and your growth. Allow yourself to be shaped by the silence, to build layer upon layer of resilience, focus, and inner power. Know that every moment spent working in silence brings you closer to your goals, creating something so solid, so undeniable, that no amount of noise can shake it. Let your silence be a weapon, your work a shield, and your achievements the loudest message of all. And remember, the world may look at you as just another number, but when you emerge, they'll realize they were wrong, because you weren't here for applause. You were here to make an impact, to build something real, and to remind the world of the immense, transformative power of silent dedication.